Welcome to the annual meeting of Portishead Town Council. Before we start, there are the usual announcements. We're not expecting any fire alarms, so should the alarm go off, then please vacate the hall in an orderly fashion using one of the marked fire exits and wait in the folk hall car park opposite until the all clear is sounded. Item number 1 on the agenda is the election of the chairman of the council for the municipal year 2025 to 2026. I'm happy here to propose Paul Gardner as the chair. And Bob Cartwright's going to second that. Do we have any other proposals for chair? In which case, if we just do a show of hands, all of those in favour, please raise your hands. I think that's unanimous. Thank you, Paul. If you'd like to come up.
You're going to swap seats, huh?
Can I just say thank you as well, Roger, for your service for this time? Am I? Oh, okay.
There you go. Can you hear me, everyone? Yes. Okay. All right. So first of all, thank you for everyone for sort of support. First of all, very much appreciated. And just to say thank you to Roger, really. Well, a huge thank you to Roger. It was been quite a tricky year at different times. There's been a lot of challenges, and I think you've dealt with everything's thrown at you admirably. So well done. I think you always acted in the best interests of Portishead, and I remember your 30-minute speech at North Somerset in particular, trying to stop the car parking charges. I think most people who were there will remember it. But it was great that you were standing up for the town. Obviously being in the North Somerset Council and on the executive and being the PCC chair brings its own challenges, and I think it needs true leadership, really. And you provided that. You've avoided the conflicts of interest. You know when to delegate, know when to influence North Somerset, and trying to get the best result for Portishead, as well as obviously being the chair here. So overall, I think you played a blinder. So well done, and round of applause, I think. Signature there. Okay. Oh, I can look at my pen.
You can borrow mine.
Oh, sorry,
I'll fill it in. You just I'll do the rest.
Thanks, Steve. Thank you.
Back to thinking if you need that.
What do you? Okay. So the next item is for the chairman to give a short speech, and it's going to be not as long as the car parking speech in North Somerset, apparently. Over to you, Roger. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, no, the car parking speech was an exception. That was 30 minutes. So I've timed this one. It's only 29, so we should be fine. Where are we? I'd like to take a moment to thank all of the staff of Portishead Town Council for their hard work and dedication over the last year, and to welcome Paul as the new chair of Portishead Town Council. Paul, I hope that you will enjoy this role as much as I have. This last year has not been without its trials. The parking charges, the A369 bus lane on Markham Road, Slade Road Field, and more recently, local housing allocation proposals, to mention just a few. Personally, this year, I've attended too many funerals. I am saddened by the number of people that I've lost, and I guess that's just a part of getting older. I know that many others have lost loved ones in this year. On a lighter note, I'd like to thank all of our wonderful councillors for their support and dedication throughout this year. You all knew that taking on the role of chair was a significant task for me alongside my other duties at North Somerset Council, and you all pulled together and provided me with the support I required. We are so lucky to have such a good, dedicated group of councillors who care so much about our wonderful town. So a big thanks to all of you. I've really enjoyed my time as chair. My parents moved to Portishead when I was just 7 years old. I attended Highdown School and then Gordano School. I think it's fair to say that I grew up in Portishead, and although my career took me to Bristol and then London, I never lost my love for this town, returning a few years later to start my first business in Portishead High Street. It's been a privilege to grow up in Portishead and then to become the chair of Portishead Town Council, and an honour to represent our town at a number of events. I'll just list them very quickly because it's not that many. The Remembrance Day Parade, the 80th anniversary of D-Day, the Portishead Shanty Festival, the Bristol Yachting Association Best Dressed Yacht Awards, the opening of the long-awaited Portishead Post Office and Cost Cutters store in the old Boots building, and the VE Day service last weekend. Was that the weekend before now? And a remembrance stone that's been placed just around the corner in the flower bed by the roundabout at the entrance to Brampton Way. I can only hope that I have represented our town well and that have in some small way improved Portishead for our residents. Thank you.
Thanks again. Okay. So I think we're moving on to the election of the vice chairman, which is number 5. So I'm going to propose the current vice chair, Mike Johnston. Would anyone like to second Mike? Oh, Tim, you got there first. So seconded by Councillor Tim Snowden. Are there any other candidates or proposals? You sure? Okay, so we've got Mike as proposed, so all those in favour of Mike, please raise your hands. Thank you very much. So that's unanimous. And well, thanks, Mike, for taking on the challenge again. Appreciate it. Thanks. Okay, we now have the, are there any declarations of councillor interest and requests for dispensation? If we just go around the room quickly. Tim?
None that I'm aware of.
None that I'm aware of.
None that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
My business recently joined Portishead Together, the new chamber for Portishead.
Yeah.
So I think that should probably be listed against my name on the register.
Yeah. Okay.
Not for me.
None that I'm aware of.
And none from me.
None aware of. And none that I'm aware of.
Okay. Apologies for absence. Sharon, have you got the list there? Yeah.
So Eastman, Blackpool, Rees, George, Dowling.
Okay, thank you.
I'll propose the absences as recorded.
Do we need to vote? Yeah. Okay. All those in favour? Raise your hands. Okay. So just before we get into the agenda, Mike, did you want to say a few words? Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you for your entrusting me for my second consecutive year in this role. It's been a good year. Roger and I have done the odd occasion together, and occasionally I've also supplemented and taken his place as representing the town council at one or two events. And yeah, it's been good, and I'm sure that I'll be working alongside Paul and as well as I can. So thank you all again for my second year.
Okay. Yeah, I look forward to it, Mike. Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to say a few words as well, actually. I hope it's going to be a very interesting year. As you know, I've always kind of believed that the town council is here for the community to help people achieve as much as they can. And if we can improve their lives a little bit, that would be great. So we've got an opportunity, obviously, with North Somerset Devolution coming along this year. So we've got the potential transfer of various buildings, land and services, such as the Lake Ground, Somerset Hall, various green spaces, play areas. So it's a fantastic opportunity for us to take over those hopefully, and work with the community to provide a better service and bring some of them up to the standard that we would like to see, which would be great. But obviously we're only going to be successful if we all work together with community groups and members of the community to do that. So I guess for me, I've got two main priorities for this year. One is around community engagement, because we need to do a lot of engagement and get people involved and really get their views about what's important to them, what they need, and we need to get devolution done for the benefit of the people of Portishead. So that's my two priorities. I'm sure there are other ones as well, but those are the top two. Okay. Right. We have got a couple of members of the public here. Is there any particular topics that you would like to want to talk to, which I can bring forward, or are you happy for us to just sort of run through things? Yeah, happy. Okay. Okay. So this item number 9. So for people who are familiar with the council, we have as well as the main council, we have a couple of committees. We have the planning committee, which obviously deals with the various planning applications that come through as an advisory group. The decisions being made by North Somerset on any planning application. We advise them with local knowledge, and we also have our community matters committee, which deals with all matters corresponding to the community, which is what it says on the tin. We are proposing just to change the name of planning advisory to include placemaking, because obviously we are about creating a community, and we don't want development that just builds houses. We want if there's going to be any development, we want it to help create places and where people can meet and connect and so forth. So we just increase the scope there, because as we know, the North Somerset local plan is in progress, and there may be some work to do in that area. So that's just kind of widening the scope of the group a little bit. The second one, we've just renamed Community Matters to also include town assets, and we have tweaked the terms of reference a little bit. It already had quite a lot in there about looking after assets in the town, but there obviously could be quite a few more of them to look after. So we basically tweaked the terms of reference. We've also just changed the numbers that are required on each committee. So it's 6 councillors plus an ex officio member as the minimum requirement. So those are the two main changes. We've got names and kind of numbers and a few tweaks to the terms of reference. Bob.
Sorry. With community matters, obviously, with the point of the devolution and us having an additional assets that we need to look after. I'm just wondering if it's worth reviewing the point of community matters to possibly split at some point, depending on what we take on.
Well, the proposal for the moment is we're going to have we already have got a separate devolution steering group, which is going to cope with the project that we've got to do. And the idea was that the community matters would, 1 month, it will focus more on the community and well-being, and the alternate month, it will focus more on assets. So at the moment, we didn't want to create yet another meeting, and we would want to use the same forum, but just obviously position it correctly. All right. So that's the plan for the sort of operational meeting, and then we've got this steering group as well, which we'll come to later. Okay. Right. There's no other questions then. Just take a vote. Are we happy with the terms of reference? So the two of them. And the motion is to review and approve the terms of reference of the standing committees and the standing committees and advisory group. Number 1, planning advisory and placemaking group, new terms of reference. Number 2, community matters and town assets committee, also new terms of reference. So can I have a proposer for that? Roger and Janet second. All those in favour of that? Okay. Thank you. Right. So we turn himself up. The next item, number 10. So we need to make sure we've got membership correct for the various committees. So we've got the planning advisory and placemaking group, as it's now just been renamed, community matters and town assets, and staffing and finance. I think, Sharon, you've got the list of Do you want me to read them out or? Yeah. So Sharon will just go through who's on which committee at the moment, and yeah, we'll do them. Do them one. Yeah. Go. Yeah. Yeah.
And so the existing councillors we have for PAG at the moment are Roger Whitfield, Martin Dowling, Mariam Afzal, Robert Cartwright, Tim Snowden, Mike Johnson, Jenny Eastman, Mike Johnson as chairman, and Marilyn is.
Right. So I think so. Jenny wants to come off it. David, you're going to go on it. Does anyone else want to come off it? No. Okay. So just to be clear, then we have Jenny coming off and David going on, and the rest of it stays the same. With and I'm assuming, but Mike's going to stay as the chair, and Mariam's going to stay as vice chair. That's the proposal. Yeah. All right.
That gives you 7 members.
That's fine. It's more than the minimum, so that's fine. Okay. Should we just go through them and then just vote on them? Sorry, did you want me to vote on that one particularly, or do you want? Okay, all right, we'll vote on that. So the proposal is Jenny's off. I've forgotten who's on there. David's on. Mike is the chair, and Mariam is the vice chair. Proposer, Roger. Seconder, David. All those in favour? Right, let's move on to community matters.
So currently for community matters, we have existing councillors Blackmore, Afzal, Cartwright, Janet Davey, Dowling, Eastman, and the existing chairman is Blackmore with vice Gunnell.
Okay. All right. So I think the proposal is that Mike Rees will become the chair. Sorry, Mike Rees is going to join the committee. Emma's Blackmore stays as the chair. Mike Rees is going to be coming onto the committee. I suggest Martin is coming off it. So, sorry, Janet, do you know if Martin wants to come off or not? Because obviously he's ill.
I don't know at the moment.
Okay. We'll leave it as it is then. So, yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, just to say that I haven't spoken to him for a while. He has had some ill health issues, and last time I spoke to him, I said we just hold his position for when he wants to come back or if he has to make another decision.
Yeah. Okay.
I think the other thing was that I was going to step down from community matters, and Mike was going to be vice chair.
Yeah. So David is stepping down, and Mike Rees is going to become the vice chair.
So in that case, you just need to do your vice chair for community matters.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So all those in favour of Mike Rees being the vice chair for community matters. Tim, propose. Seconder, Mariam. All in favour? Okay.
Chairman, I take it he's happy to accept that role in his absence this evening?
Yeah, he is, yeah. Staffing and finance, current members?
Okay, so currently you have John Davey, Gunnell, Eastman, Johnson, and Chairman John Davey.
Yeah, I think I'm a member as well, actually, but anyway. So I propose, well, I'd like to go on to that one. Mike Rees also is happy to be on staffing and finance. So that would give the 6 people. Chairman's John, who's you're vice chair, and David is vice chair. Happy with that? Roger.
Sorry, I just wanted to confirm, are you not on that one as ex officio anyway?
I am, yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, so all right. So the proposal is John remains chairman, David is vice chair, and all we're doing is adding Mike Rees to the number. Oh, okay. So a proposer for that one. Oh, no. Okay. Janet proposed. David second. All in favour? Okay. All right. That's all the committees. Now we have a number of other working groups. The grants working party is particularly important. I can't remember the exact figures, but I think there was somewhere around £150,000 worth of community grants which were allocated last year. And obviously the current process is open. We have 4 councillors. Do you want to do the name? Oh, I can do them this time. That is not changing. David Gunnell, John Davey, Mike Johnston, and Emma Blackmore are the existing working party. Are all those happy to be remaining? I've spoken to Emma. She's happy. Okay. Right. So number 11. Well, sorry, the grants working party just remains as is. Yeah. Okay. The project working party. So the proposal is that we disband that. We replace it with the devolution steering group, as that is by far the biggest project, and that Mike Rees will be the chair of that group, and the other councillors on it will be Paul Gardner, Roger Whitfield, John Davey, Mike Johnston, and David Gunnell. Everyone happy with that? Okay. Do we need to vote on that one, or are you just want to vote? Okay, we'll have a nod. So the devolution steering group is chaired by Mike Rees, and the members are Paul Gardner, Roger Whitfield, John Davey, Mike Johnston, and David Gunnell. Okay. Roger proposes. Mariam seconds. All in favour. We have a climate working group, which currently consists of Jenny, David, Mike, and myself. Do you chair that? Would you mind chairing it? So David will be the chair. Is anyone else? Well, I think we're all happy to stay on that. Is anyone? Everyone? Okay. Okay. So all we're doing is David's going to be the chair of that group. All those in favour of that one? Okay. Yeah. The Halls Project Working Party, that's yours, John. I guess we're keeping it in there for a few more months. But yeah, okay. So John, you're the chairman. It's myself, Jenny, and Mike Johnston who are on the group. I propose we leave it as it is. Yeah. Okay. All in favour of that one? Yeah.
Thank you, Chair.
Yeah. The Parish Engagement Working Party. So that's Emma, Roger, I think Bob Cartwright, and myself. I mean, as a group, I think that's fine. Does anyone else? Anyone want to join it? Any other comments? No. So that one was. So let's just vote on that one. So it's Emma, Roger, Bob, and Paul with Emma as the chair. Okay.
Thank you, Chair.
Yep. All right. Go on.
So a staffing review working group, I think.
Yeah, there is, isn't there? Yeah. Which is you, Jenny, and myself. Yeah. We probably should make a note of that. So we have a staffing working group, which is chaired by David, and it consists of David, myself, and Jenny Eastman. Thank you. Yeah. Right. Okay. So as part of what we do as a council, we obviously support a lot of other local bodies, and some of the bodies we subscribe to because they provide value to us in terms of advice and so forth. The list is in front of you there. I shall take. Do you want me to read out the whole list, or do you want us to just? Yeah, I will do that. Okay. So, any questions on anything on the list?
Yeah, bearing in mind my declaration of interest, do I need to leave the room on this one?
As a member?
As a member, yes. If you're not sure, shall I just leave and let you do it, just to be on the safe side, yeah?
To keep appearances, yeah.
Roger's going to leave the room.
I'm quite happy with everything else, but
Okay.
Yeah, down.
I'll be like 30 seconds, all right.
By the time it gets to the door, we'll have agreed it.
I failed to see which one on the list it's.
Okay, the reason is, Mike, we're going to add one more to the list.
Oh, you're adding one.
So the one to add is for the town council to become a member of Together Portishead at a cost of £150 a year. Together Portishead is the newly formed or reformed Chamber of Commerce. Okay. Obviously, as the town council's one of our main aims is to encourage local businesses. It seemed right that we should be a member of the new chamber. Obviously we used to be a member of the old chamber as well, but so that's the proposal. So it's all of those other bodies and plus Together Portishead at £150 per annum. Any questions on any of those?
Yes, the CPRE, which are a pretty dynamic charity, presumably they have a local group, and I'm just wondering whether there could be a representatives from the town council on that group.
That's a good idea. Would you like to do it?
Anyone else? Bob, you're waving your hand.
Okay, well,
you both of us.
Yeah. Okay. So for the CPRE then, so Councillor Mike Johnson and Councillor Bob Cartwright will become representatives. Yeah, they are very good, and I think they came to one of our recent planning meetings, didn't they, on the local plans? So, okay. The rest of them are all right. All in favour. So I'm sorry, I need a proposal. Someone propose that we accept those. Mariam, David, second. All in favour.
I'm going to get Roger.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we have some other appointments to make for other bodies. So the first one, Citizens Advice North Somerset. Currently it's Janet and Alan. I'm proposing that Mike will become representative, Mike Rees. So obviously he has a lot of experience of dealing with such bodies from his experience with North Somerset in his old job. Janet, do you want to stay on it? Yeah.
I was going to say it would be wise if I stayed on it as well.
Yeah, okay, so that'll be good. So can we, I haven't spoken to Alan about this one, so I think we should leave him on as well, because it's unfair to take him off when he's not here.
Who?
Alan.
Alan, yeah.
Yes, so so we're just adding Mike Rees to that one, Sharon, okay? Yeah. All right. Gertie Gales, Sis Jenny and Maria, or the allotments. Okay, happy with that. The Lake Grounds Management Committee, this will change, but I suggest we leave the group as it is at the moment, which is Janet, Mike, David, Tim, and Martin Dowling. But obviously, assuming we do take on the Lake Grounds, we'll probably constitute something different. Yeah. Nailsea District Transport, Martin's unable to fulfil that one, and Mariam, you kindly agreed to take over from Martin, so Mariam is going to replace Martin. Mike, yeah. Microphone, Bob.
Sorry, I'm happy to support Marianne, but the trouble is the meetings are quite early in the afternoon, so it's struggling to get there, but the support I'm happy to give.
Okay, so I've got Mariam in the lead and Bob with support on the community transport. The Parish Wharf Winter Boat Storage is Alan, which has stayed the same. North Somerset Water and Coastal Advisory Group. We've got David and Mike down on this one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You happy to continue? Yeah. Okay, thank you. Fair Trade Portishead is represented by Martin. So would someone else like to step in?
I'm just wondering, is Sue Mason, although she's district, is she not doing?
Well, Sue is, but she's, as you rightly say, she's not a town council.
Okay.
So it's a town council representative. So Mariam's happy to. I think you know them, don't you? So yeah. Okay. We've got something here called Portishead Partnership. I have no idea what it was. Is it the Wellness Partnership?
Is that the Wellbeing PWP? It's Janet and Jenny and Mariam.
Do you know what it is? No, I think it might be a typo, so we'll strike that one out. Okay.
It's the Wellbeing
That's
Partnership.
the Wellbeing Partnership, yeah.
But that comes up later on. Yeah, so I think we've got a duplication here. The single-use plastic-free community group, Mariam. Yeah. Tourism and heritage. So we've got Janet leading with Mike and Martin. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Twinning, Janet. Yeah. Wellbeing lead. We've got now two more. We've got local partnerships and wider partnerships. So I suppose the first question: why have we got two things that sound extremely similar?
I don't know, but I am happy to continue to be the lead for the Wellbeing Partnership.
Okay, so Janet will be the lead, supported by Emma and David. Is that okay?
Jenny does that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's Jenny and Mariam
Okay.
and Emma.
All right. So Janet's supported by Emma, Jenny Eastman, and Mariam. We got that? Yep. Thank you. The Youth Centre is represented by Emma Blackmore and John Davey, and the proposal to stay the same.
I think Emma asked if we could get more help on that. I think I said I would help her if she needed more help on it.
Okay, well maybe that's an informal one. I know she sort of she said that to me, and then she said but I think we just leave it informal for now. That's fine. Yeah. Brackenwood, Roger, and Tim and Janet are down. Don't know if there's anything happening, but do you want to stay with that?
Yeah, I'm happy to stay with that. I think we held one meeting with them in the last 12 months. Everything was fine after that meeting. We don't have any plans to do anything up there at the moment, and they're quite happy with us to have access to do maintenance works and trees and stuff like that, as long as we tell them in advance. So yeah, no, I'm quite happy to stay on that.
Okay, lovely. I think, to be honest, we just need Roger leading that, and we don't need other representatives at the moment, but we can just bring them in if we need to. That's okay. So we'll just have Roger as the representative for Brackenwood. 7net business, Mike and Bob. Both happy with that?
Yes, I've been to a couple of meetings, as have Bob, and a little group of us went to one open day as well.
Okay, the Parish Council Airport Association. Mariam, I think you've taken on that as well, because obviously Martin's, again, unable, unfortunately. Okay, you're happy with that? Yeah. Okay, building your portfolio. That's good. Okay. The football club is myself. I'm quite happy to do that. And the cycle forum is our keenest cyclist, which is Mike's.
Well, you probably cycle more than I do.
No,
I'm happy to do that.
I see they're a lot faster than me, which is worrying me. But
is that because he has an electric bicycle?
Could be.
Paul and I have cycled together on our road bikes.
Okay, I think we finished those. Is there any more? Yeah, thank you everyone for that. So, okay. Right, the council meetings for 2025-6, there's just a couple of changes. As you probably see, there's a lot of building work going on in the halls at the moment, which is causing us some inconvenience. It'll be finished soon. So the proposals are that we're going to have the next planning meeting will be on the 4th of June. There'll be a staffing and finance on the 11th of June, and the next town council date will change from the 4th of June to be the 18th of June, which will also be much more convenient in terms of signing off the financial audit known as the AGAR. So that's the proposal. Is everyone happy with that? Just to say, the 18th is a Tuesday, not a Wednesday. So we don't want Tim being 23 hours, 59 minutes late. Okay. Okay. So the recommendation is the council approves the schedule of town council and committee meetings for 2025-6 with these amendments that I've just read out. Proposer? Rog, seconder? Mariam? All in favour? Oh, sorry, yeah. Wow, we're still signing checks. There we go, number 15. Right, designation of check signatures. Check signatures for online backing. The current councillors are Emma, John David, David Gunnell, Mike Johnston, and Roger Whitfield. Are all those people happy to keep signing checks if required? Okay, we'll leave it as it is. And so, all in favour of no change? Yeah. All right. The council policies and procedures mentioned there, and standing orders are not being amended. They've been reviewed. No changes required. One additional change has come into the financial regulations to bring it in line with the NELC recommendations, and the code of conduct, I think, has been basically attached for reference. Any questions on any of those? No? Okay, then we'll move to a recommendation to approve the council standing orders and financial regulations with one change and the code of conduct. Janet, proposer, seconder, Bob? All those in favour?
Thank you very much, Chair.
Okay, number 17. So this one is to authorise the town clerk, or in the absence of the town clerk, the deputy town clerk, or where appropriate, to have sealed on behalf of the town council any orders, deeds or documents necessary to give effect to any matters contained in the reports received at this meeting. I think in plain English that means that whatever we decide, that the clerk or the deputy clerk are delegated to go and carry out the decision for us. Okay, that's what it means. It's implied in the standing orders, but I think, Steve, you're making it more explicit here. So it means we don't ever have to have a debate about who's going to actually go and do that. Okay, so if we vote on it, the clerk will go and carry it out. Okay. Roger? Yeah, proposer, Mariam, second. All in favour?
Thank you, Chair.
And thank you for doing that. Just provides a bit more clarity. Number 18, we need to reappoint our internal auditor, who are called Auditing Solutions, which is a good name for an internal auditor. Any reason why we shouldn't? Are they doing a good job?
Yeah, doing a fine job.
Yeah. Okay, cool. No objections. Okay. Right, John, would you like to propose that one? Second, Tim? All in favour? Okay, the number 19 obviously is an item of some significant expenditure. We, as a council, we obviously have to cover our ourselves for liabilities, whether they be in play areas, green spaces, buildings we own, etc. The insurance policy needs to be renewed from the 1st of June. The cost is £12,204.70. And I know Rachel and the team have obviously reviewed it, and they think this is the best quote and the best policy for us. So that's the recommendation from the finance team. Any questions? No. The cover looks good. I think we may need to. Sorry, I'll come to that. We may need to review it later in the year when we take on a lot more assets and stuff. Yep. So hopefully, Janet.
Does that also cover us for Brackenwood?
It does, yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
I think from memory, we looked at this on Staff and Finance earlier last year, and it's a 3-year deal we got. So this is just the second year of a 3-year deal.
Yeah, they've changed their name, so it's whatever. Yeah. Okay, so sorry, all those in favor. Sorry, I have a proposer. I can't remember what we're doing. Proposer. David, seconder, Mike. All those in favour.
Thank you, Chair.
Okay, so as I mentioned, we're having a lot of building works done, extensive. We've probably seen all the new fire doors, various other things, by Jones the Builders, which is as a local office down near the football ground. Also, they are doing the work, and we have a payment schedule agreed, and they've put in 2 invoices, one for £28,366.09, and the other one for £7,393.06. And it's recommended that we approve to pay these invoices. Okay with that?
They are supported by certificates from the project managers.
Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. All right. Proposer?
Yes.
John, seconder? Marianne? All those in favour? Okay. Okay. Right. That was a marathon of procedures. Apologies for those residents. Is there anything from the public? Any points they want to say? No. No. Anyone online? Anyone online want to say anything? Ask a question? You want to say? Mariam, I think you've got a question. Did you want to say something?
Do we need to mention the behaviour policy committee or working group in here as well?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, we do have a behaviour policy committee, and it consists of myself, yourself, and Alan. So we just go back to the previous item. If we could just add that behaviour policy committee. Thank you, Mariam.
I'm wondering about the toilets as well, Chair.
Yeah.
The toilet group.
Yeah. Yeah, well, let's come back to that. So yes, behaviour policy committee is myself, Mariam, and Alan. Okay. Obviously, there's also a working party looking at what we do in terms of public toilet provision around the town. So yeah, who's leading that one? Is it?
At the moment, poor Nikki's leading it, but Emma and I are in it, and I think Alan and you're in it.
So I'll have to call it the toilet working party, won't we? I think
WCWP.
WCWP, yeah, that's right. Not the old railway. So, Roger.
Sorry, I was just going to say the toilet one, was that not a working party started by Community Matters?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so then it's under Community Matters. We don't have to worry about it here.
No, so it's already in place, isn't it? So yeah. Okay. All right, thanks for that. So if there's no one in the public, we'll move on to number 22 of the minutes of the last meeting, to consider and approve the minutes of the full council, which is on the 12th of March. Recommendation is that the council approve the minutes of the full council held on the 12th of March as a true and accurate record. Proposer, please. Bob. Seconded. Marianne. Someone needs to sign it, do they? Oh. Yeah. Okay. Fine. All those in favour? Right. The date of the next town council meeting is not Wednesday, the 4th of June. It is Tuesday. It's Tuesday, isn't it? Hang on a sec. Let's just get this right.
Tuesday the 17th or Wednesday the 18th?
Is that? I thought I read somewhere it was a Tuesday. So apologies for what I said earlier on. Then
Is that Wednesday? Yes.
it is. Sorry, I apologise. I got it wrong earlier. So to confirm, the next council meeting is on Wednesday, the 18th of June, at the normal time. Okay. All right. Okay. So do we need to vote on that? We've already voted on it, but anyway,
That's fine.
yeah, that's fine. Okay. Is there anything else anyone wanted to raise this evening in the public forum that we haven't already covered? No? Okay. All right. So thank you, members of the public here this evening. Nice to see you. Unfortunately, now we have to exclude you because we've got a couple of items which are commercially and sensitive. So we have to go. But thank you for coming.